Good afternoon, everyone. It is about 12:50 p.m. here on Wednesday, April 17th, and welcome into the early portion of today's video weather discussion, where we're going to have just a brief recap of the severe weather that we saw across the region yesterday on Tuesday, and we're also going to look forward to the next little disturbance moving in for Thursday, tomorrow. And that is going to bring another round of severe weather opportunity to the state, especially central and southern Illinois. But just wanted to start off here with a radar here. The storm system that did bring the severe weather to the region yesterday, including parts of the state of Illinois, that area of low pressure is now up here across northern Wisconsin. The cold front has now made it through across the entire state of Illinois. Cold front is pretty much right there now. We do have some gusty winds coming in on the backside of the storm system. We've been seeing wind gusts between anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour at times here this morning across portions of northern Illinois, with those gusty winds, like I said, coming in on the backside of the storm system. But as we go later today and into tonight, those winds will decrease. Not really expecting much in the way of precipitation across the state. It should remain mostly dry. There are a couple of little showers moving across parts of northern Illinois, but that's really not going to amount to much at all. In terms of seeing any sun today, you folks down here across southern Illinois, you are seeing some sun. It is expected to stay sunny down there today. Up across northern central Illinois, you folks are seeing a mix of mostly clouds, but some sun. And as the back edge of this cloud deck moves in, hopefully later today, hopefully we will start to see a little bit more sun across northern and central Illinois as we go into later this afternoon. Now, what did this storm produce yesterday? It produced quite a bit of severe weather in the region. All of these little dots here on this map are reports of severe weather from across the area from yesterday. And the blue dots represent damaging winds, green dots represent hail, and the red dots represent reports of either tornadoes and funnel clouds. And as you can see here, as was pretty much expected, most of the severe weather occurred out across this region: northwest Illinois, the Quad Cities area, far western Illinois, back into Iowa and northern Missouri. That's where you could see most of those reports were, and that was pretty much expected. That's where most of the severe weather was expected to occur. Out here across the rest of the state, there were a couple of severe thunderstorms, especially down here in southwestern and central Illinois. There were a couple of severe thunderstorms, but as you can see, as I mentioned, most of the severe weather was up across this corridor on Tuesday. And there were some tornadoes that occurred. Up across Iowa, there were several tornadoes in northwest down in the central Iowa, and it does look like there were a couple of tornadoes down across southeastern Iowa as well. Now, as we move forward into time, the big story is going to be the potential for some more severe weather coming up for Thursday. So as we move through overnight tonight, there's going to be a disturbance moving into the region here. And as that disturbance moves into the region, there's actually going to be showers and thunderstorms that develop overnight tonight across portions of Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, and Iowa. So by the time we get into the morning hours here on Thursday, we're going to be seeing some shower and thunderstorm activity ongoing Thursday morning across portions of western, northwestern Illinois, parts of Iowa, Missouri, back into Kansas potentially as well. There'll be some showers and thunderstorms ongoing. And as we move through the morning hours and into the middle of the day, some of this activity from the morning will re-energize a little bit, in addition to seeing some new development occur. So some of this activity may re-intensify a little bit up towards the tri-state corridor, and then a little bit further south we will see new development occur down across Missouri as well. And as we go through the early to mid-afternoon, you can see how all of this activity that was across this region during the morning and the middle of the day now starts to move off towards the east, making it into central Illinois during the early to mid-afternoon, moving into the St. Louis area by around mid-afternoon as well, with some severe weather potential. And you can see as we continue even into late afternoon, early evening here, we have a broken line of what will likely be as severe thunderstorms here from east central down in the southwestern Illinois down into Missouri as well. And that continues through the evening and even into early Thursday night here before that activity really starts to weekend as it moves to the east into Indiana and Kentucky. And then as we get past midnight here, getting into early Friday morning, you can see how that disturbance continues to move off towards the east. All that activity really weakens as it moves off towards the east as well, and we will dry out here across the state of Illinois as we work through the Thursday night time frame. And then Friday, as it looks right now, will be pretty much dry across the state. So with that said here, let's take a look at our updated severe weather forecast here. This is once again for Thursday, and as you can see here, we do have a severe weather risk across much of central and southern Illinois here for Thursday. If you're across central Illinois in this blue shaded color, that is where you could see isolated severe thunderstorms. So the blue shaded color, level 1 severe thunderstorm risk, that's where isolated severe thunderstorms are possible for Thursday. Then, a little bit further south here across pretty much all of southern Illinois, you can see here this green shaded color. Places like St. Louis, Effingham, Centralia, Mount Vernon, down towards Carbondale, Paducah. All of you folks in the green shaded level 2 risk area, this is where you could see widely scattered severe thunderstorms being possible. You'll also notice here that we added this hatched color here. This is what we call hatching. These little dashed lines here, all these little dashed lines, that's what we call significant severe hatching. Across that corridor where you see these little dashed lines, that is where we could be dealing with the potential maybe for some more significant severe weather. And by that we mean conditions will be favorable for potentially some corridors of widespread wind damage and maybe hail up to around or slightly greater than 2 inches in diameter. So that is what will be possible for you folks in that hatched area, which represents significant severe weather being possible for some of those areas. So as you can see, another severe weather event on the way for Thursday across central down into southern Illinois as well. The good news is, after we get past this next severe weather coming up for Thursday, things look to quiet down. There's really not any other severe weather potential on the near-term horizon for at least the next 5 or 7 days after Thursday as it looks right now. So it does look like things are going to calm down a little bit weather-wise after Thursday, which is good news because we've been dealing with quite a bit of severe weather early this year so far. We've had quite a bit of severe weather in February, March, and now in April as well. So things look to quiet down a little bit severe weather-wise after Thursday. But once again, in summary here, looking for a severe weather threat across generally much of central and southern Illinois here for Thursday. This is going to be from Thursday morning into early Thursday night. Once again, the blue shaded corridor across central Illinois here, isolated severe thunderstorms likely, and then the green shaded area across much of central, parts of central down in the southern Illinois. That is where you could see widely scattered severe thunderstorms. And once again, if you're in this hatched area where these little dotted lines are here, that is where conditions will be favorable for some corridors of wind damage, maybe some hail up to around 2 inches in diameter with some of those storms. So that is what will be possible in this hatched corridor of significant severe weather. But that will about do it for this early day update. We will be back on tonight with another update regarding the severe weather threat coming in for Thursday. But until then, everyone have a great Wednesday.